Let me ask you something. Have you ever gotten to the airport, looked around, and realized half the people there are about to make a travel mistake they don't even know they're making? Today, we're talking about the biggest travel mistakes people don't realize they're making and how to avoid them so your vacation stays smooth, stress free, and actually enjoyable. Make sure you stay until the end because the last mistake I'm sharing is the one that ruins more vacations than anything else. Hey, I'm Christy with Branch Out Travel. I help people plan incredible vacations without the stress, the confusion, or the I wish somebody would have told me that before I left moments. And trust me, after planning trips for so many people, I've seen the same travel mistakes happen over and over and over again. So today, I'm breaking down the biggest travel mistakes people don't even realize they're making and how you can avoid them. And I promise you, at least one of these is going to surprise you. Mistake number one, booking flights with layovers that are too short. Let's start with the big one. People see a cheap flight online and they think, perfect, I'll take it. But then they don't realize the layover is only 45 minutes. Now, let me tell you what happens in real life. Your first flight gets delayed by 20 minutes. You land in a huge airport you've never been in before. Your next gate is across the airport, and suddenly you're sprinting through the terminal like you're in the Olympics. And if you miss that connection, your whole travel day turns into chaos. This is why planning your flight strategically matters. Sometimes a slightly longer layover is actually the smarter move because it gives you the breathing room and keeps your trip stress free. And speaking of stress, the next mistake is something people do before they even leave the house: overpacking. Now, listen, we've all done it. You pack outfits for every possible scenario. What if it rains? What if we go somewhere fancy? What if I suddenly become the main character in the travel movie? And before you know it, your suitcase weighs 49 pounds and you haven't even added your shoes yet. Overpacking does a few things. It slows you down at the airport, it makes traveling between locations harder, and you end up wearing the same 5 outfits anyway. Smart travelers pack intentionally, not emotionally. You want pieces that mix and match, comfortable walking shoes, and a few versatile outfits that work for multiple occasions. Now, here's a mistake that surprises a lot of people: waiting too long to plan. A lot of travelers think they should wait until the last minute because maybe prices will drop. But what actually happens is the exact opposite. Flights get more expensive, the best hotels sell out, excursions fill up, and suddenly you're stuck choosing from whatever is left instead of the experiences that you actually wanted. The sweet spot for planning most trips is usually several months ahead, especially for international travel or those popular destinations. And when you're talking about planning, let's talk about a mistake that can completely ruin a trip if you're not careful. Mistake number four, not checking passport requirements. This one catches people off guard all the time. Many countries require your passport to be valid for 6 months beyond your travel dates. Someone might look at their passport and think, oh, I'm good. I don't expire until October. But they're traveling in July. That passport might not meet the requirements. And guess what happens? They don't get on the plane. This is something I always check with my clients before a trip because it's a small detail that can make a huge difference. Now let's talk about something that people usually skip because they think they won't need it. Skipping travel insurance. Travel insurance, one of those things people don't think about until they need it. Flights get canceled, luggage gets delayed, someone gets sick. Weather interrupts travel. And when something unexpected happens, travel insurance can make the difference between a small inconvenience and a financial disaster. It's not about expecting something bad to happen, it's about being prepared just in case. Now, here's a mistake I see travelers make all the time and when they're planning their itinerary: trying to do too much. When people finally take a trip, they want to squeeze in everything, every attraction, every restaurant, every excursion. And by day 3, they're exhausted. Can you say, I got to get up again? Travel should have balance. You want time to explore, but also time to relax, enjoy the moment, and really soak in where you are. Travel shouldn't feel frantic at any stage. Most stress doesn't happen in the air, it happens before you board. That's why we've built systems for both packing and airport. If airport days are usually your most stressful travel day, you'll probably appreciate that checklist we use. That's exactly what we created, the airport day checklist. It's in the description and the bio. And the next mistake might be the biggest one of all, trying to figure everything out alone. Travel today is more complex than it used to be. Different entry requirements, transportation logistics, excursions, policies, travel documents. Trying to navigate all that alone can be overwhelming. That's why many travelers choose to work with someone who understands the process and can guide them through it. It's not about clicking book. It's about making sure the whole experience goes smooth. Mistake number 8, not notifying your bank before travel. One mistake people don't realize until it happens is not notifying their bank before travel. You get to your destination, you're ready to grab food, maybe a souvenir, maybe a ride to your hotel, and suddenly your card declines. Not because you don't have money, but because the bank flagged the transaction as suspicious activity. A quick travel notice with your bank before you leave can prevent a lot of frustration. Mistake number 9, ignoring time zone and jet lag planning. Jet lag is real. People underestimate how much changing time zones can affect them. If you're traveling internationally, especially somewhere like Europe or Asia, you want to start adjusting your sleep schedule a little before you leave if it's possible. Drink plenty of water, try to stay awake until the local bedtime, and avoid overloading your first day with activities. Mistake number 10, not researching transportation at the destination. A lot of people plan flights and hotels, but forget to think about how they'll get around once they arrive. Will you need a rental car? Is public transportation reliable? Will you need airport transfers? Knowing that ahead of time can save you a lot of confusion when you land. If you're finding this helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, and drop a comment with a travel question you've always wanted to ask. You never know, it might end up in the next video. The next mistake is booking based on price alone. This one is huge. People see the cheapest hotel or flight and click book without really understanding what they're getting. Sometimes cheaper means poor location, extra hidden fees, long travel times, fewer amenities. Price matters, but the overall experience matters more. Mistake number 12, not leaving room for spontaneous events. Some travelers schedule every single hour of their trip, and while planning is great, travel is also about discovery. Sometimes the best experiences come from wandering through a neighborhood, trying a restaurant you didn't plan, or stumbling across a local market. Leave space in your itinerary for those moments.